Energy. There is energy present everywhere: sun, wind, water, and other sources. Y'all are natural phenomena that generate energy, just like humans. He obtains the energy he requires from food and transforms it into mechanical energy. That's what you call energy metabolism. It's similar with electrical energy. To make them usable, we have created power grids. These are structured in a similar way to the human body. The combination of generator and medium voltage transformer corresponds to the central component of the structure, akin to the heart of it. These two control the flow of energy. Just like the human body can be thrown off balance by illness and stress, the electrical grid can also experience disruptions. And similar to humans, the electrical grid can also be restored to a healthy state, or prevented from becoming sick through specific measures. The result is also similar: fewer breakdowns, longer lifespan, better quality, and lower costs.
There are electrical losses in every electrical network today. And if you can reduce these losses, then you can achieve an increase in efficiency. And that's between 2 and 6%.
So it is worth investing in preventive measures. Both the body and the power grid need to be kept in shape. And just like with people, the inherent constraints of the power grid must also be acknowledged and honored, because in this case as well, both are extremely similar. While the young person is overflowing with vitality, as they grow older, health problems start to surface, ranging from minor to major, depending on how they have taken care of their body throughout their life. The same applies to the electrical grid. Back in the day, it only had a few linear consumers to supply, but now it's supposed to power a variety of different modern devices with increasing load changes, and at the same time also process electricity from renewable sources. The result is an overload, which becomes noticeable through an increasing number of harmonics and also power surges that can throw power grids out of synchronization, just like a circulatory system. The outcome is losses, overloads, imbalances, and consequential damages to equipment in the supply network.
And there I observe systems that have approximately 40, 42, 45, 50, and even more years. Certainly it is still functioning, but there is simply a greater likelihood that it may experience a malfunction in the near future. And it is also not possible to predict at which particular point in time it will occur with certainty. And that is where we encounter the difficulty. When the failure occurs, it is not just in one place, but usually the failure happens and it has consequences for the other components, so that they are also overloaded in the short term, and then there can be a kind of domino effect, which has a small trigger but a big impact, because suddenly not just one component, but maybe different and multiple components are affected, and then it is naturally bad for the continued operation, for the continued function of the system, leading to potential disruptions and complications that need to be addressed in order to maintain the system's functionality.
30 years ago, we had a TNC network where the neutral conductor and the protective earth conductor were run together, and the transition from linear loads to non-linear loads had not yet arrived in people's minds, and therefore neither had the problems. And in the present day, electrical engineering operates in a slightly different manner. We no longer have the distinct signal. Instead, we have a range of mountains that is having a negative impact on the connection. The reason it is not up to date is mainly because this particular topic has not been addressed or taught in the training sessions yet. That is not taught in apprenticeship training, not in master's training, not in technician training, and certainly not in college education.
Usually people try to counteract these negative developments with individual measures. Often, these are not enough. LIVARSA's efficiency filter can handle multiple typical network interferences simultaneously, using a combination of proven technologies. The solution consists of only 3 components known to the electrical engineering community. Just like how the smartphone, computer, telephone, and camera were first combined into one device, it's the first time combination of coil, transformer, and special circuitry of these components that makes the innovation and enables a completely new type of electrical efficiency architecture. But what techniques are they that were initially combined in the LIVARSA filter? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. A passive filter, a floating star point, and a specially dimensioned transformer. Since the electric efficiency filter not only represents an electrical effect, but also the combination of several, they now have a total effect for the first time. Installing the electric efficiency filter is as easy. Since the whole grid is expected to benefit, it will be installed at the point of feed-in, meaning at the low voltage main distribution and centrally after the medium voltage transformer. Proven technologies combined in one facility?
Initially, I was totally surprised, wondering why they wired it up like that or why they built it that way. And then I thought to myself, actually brilliant. There are different electrophysical effects combined together in a single system. When you observe the facility, it sort of appears like a transformer.
However, if you also examine the wiring, then it appears slightly distinct. It is not merely a transformer.
Then it reminds you of a passive filter, for instance, similar to the ones you are familiar with from filtering systems, so suitable filtering systems for filtering floods or reducing flood levels, such as those used in water treatment plants. Yes, something similar to that, for instance. Have they actually implemented a neutral point at this location, which has been cleverly integrated into the circuit in order to enable it to effectively compensate for a common operational characteristic of the power supply in industrial networks. That signifies there are numerous things combined in this particular context that, when considered individually, have an impact when they are combined together in conjunction with one another.
We consume 2.7 million kilowatt hours of electricity per year at this location. So any savings help us there, especially since we're also in the process of becoming climate neutral. LIVARSA statements were like around 2% to 5%, maybe 6%. And in the end, it turned out to be 4.7%. So that's obviously a great story for us.
We've had the LIVARSA with us at our location since July 2021, stationed at a meeting point. And at the Traube station, we basically cover our entire compressed air Eiger production, also machinery, production, etc. So there are different interactions. Saving energy is definitely important, no doubt about it. And simply that, in order to also ensure the protection of the machine and equipment. I have to say, at this moment, we are not witnessing any significant impacts or disruptions in the company or the plant in general. We can see from network analysis that we're worsening over time. You must go against the grain on that.
We are proud to be one of the initial installation partners here in Germany. That is nearly a decade of being in this position. We made the decision at that time because we perceived Firma Kuhn as an innovative company, just like the Herndonnator and the Teller machines. We have most likely completed well over 25 installations up to this moment in time. Simply because as a company, we are Kuhn innovative and we do not shy away from embracing new things. And the product is simply mature, well thought out, easy to install, and clearly has added value for the customer.
I can only recommend LIVARSA because we had a great experience. We cut our CO2 emissions by 53 tons per year, saving about 127,000 kilowatt hours annually. So this is a really great story and it helps us on our way to becoming climate neutral.
Why don't you also focus on energy efficiency and our network expertise? Hit us up. We're looking forward to seeing you.